This Vögele paver is in the colours of Emulithe, which is part of Eurovia and the Vance group. Interestingly, the box describes it as a wheeled paver, but the picture shows a tracked paver. It's a wheeled paver. Or perhaps underneath there's something. No, it's a tracked paver. No, it's a wheeled paver, tracked paver. Let's see what's inside the box. Inside the box there's the usual expanded polystyrene trays, and there's also a reprint of a Vögele brochure. And this is really good because it includes lots of information about the real machine, some nice photos and specification details. And really it's the sort of information that it would be great to provide with all models like this. Okay, let's lift the lid and see what's inside, and we can't see if it's a tracked or wheeled machine just yet. But the giant CranesEtcTV hand lifts it out, and it's the tracked version. Which is no surprise because NZG didn't make a wheeled version of this paver. The last bit of unpacking to do is to remove the puzzle piece in a time of under 10 seconds. Looking underneath, the rubber tracks are nicely segmented and there's a screw for spreading the material. The track frames are very small, but they've got some reasonable detailing. At the front, the main feed belt is modelled in metal, as are the hopper sides. The engine cover has got a nice grille and graphics, and there's a metal exhaust pipe. The detail in the operator's area is very good, with metal handrails and textured walkways. There's also some really good tiny detailing of the operator's console. That high standard is continued with the control pads at each end of the screed. Out on the test track, and the Vögele has arrived in its transport configuration, so we can raise the roof and get it ready for work. At the front, the material hoppers are articulated so they can open and close to force material on the belt, and there are rollers to engage the wheels of a tipper truck. Let's now try out the crawler tracks, and oh dear, the careless operator has shed a track. So let's try that again and do it properly this time. The rubber tracks will roll if you push the paver in a straight line. On this version of the model, the rubber track seems to be a slightly larger band than on previous models, so you have to be a bit more careful not to shed a track. The screed is where all the paving equipment is contained, and on this model it can be raised and lowered. And the laying width is also adjustable because you can pull out the screed, which is on a kind of a telescopic arrangement. This model also has some very nice functionality in the cab because the operator's seats can swing out so that the operator can get a better view forward, and to keep him dry there's a canopy that opens up over the top. Not only that, but there are two seats, and the operator's console can slide on a rail between the two. So husbands and wives don't need a big argument about who's driving because you can take it in turns. One thing that's nice to do on a model like this is to insert a driver, and here one of the Eurovia guys earns himself a nice comfy seat. He's so much better behaved than those other members of the CranesEtcTV team. It's nice to then go on and build a diorama using other similar models. So we'll add a tipper and a container, and then a cold milling machine, and then another tipper. And on this worksite the team are laying CranesEtcTV's patented invisible asphalt. This is another very good version of the Vögele Super 1902 paver from NZG. The detailing and features are very good, and only 300 have been made in the colours of Emulithe. If you like this kind of roadwork machine, then this one is easy to highly recommend.